Take this. I don't know.
All right, I'm back. Yo, I had a question. Did you guys see, was it on today's stream or yesterday's stream? I can't even remember. It's blurring together for me but I don't think I watched today's stream. Just a cool stream. Sorry, when I say today's stream, I mean I watch just a cool stream like every day. Fucking, you know what's bullshit? If you don't type in chat, it doesn't like register on the bot that you're like there. So like they don't pay him the KCIP if you don't type in chat. It doesn't register. Like you can type exclamation mark followage or watch time, and it'll literally tell you like you have watched this many hours. And fucking, it's actually funny because like Taken, when me and her were still like friends, her watch time. It's like I felt like I definitely watched more than her. Hers was like you have watched him for like 3 months, like a cumulative time. He's streamed fuckloads over the past 2 years. We just put hours and hours in. And then I would do mine, and it would give me like 2 days. It's like you watched like 40 hours of Justical, and I'm like, this isn't true. It's so annoying. But the problem was that I wasn't like a big chatter. I would just be in VCs, like in his Discord, just talking to people, playing games, and like doing other shit, but not like in the side chat the whole time. So that's basically why I chat nowadays, just so that fucking, because I like it when the number goes up. But Cherry was Justical was just streaming, and then you just hear Cherry in the background, just pissed as fuck, and she's like, "Any of you retards sitting there in chat, giving my take as if you fucking know what it is, need to go fucking rope, piece of shit." And then Justical was like, "That was about you, probably Ginger Ramoth," which is super fucking funny. Did anyone see that? And what fucking happened there? I know Ginger Ramoth pretty well. We used to play Amogus together. Good. Just to go living with Cherry and then both being streamers is just like I want the best for them and all that for sure. But it just adds a level of uncertainty that can be interpreted as something that might ruin the stream. It might ruin his fucking life dating a woman who knows he streams and is also a streamer. Like, and it's like I don't even know if they're like rushing into it or if there's like anything I can really like critique them on like doing it wrong or it being a bad relationship. And it's like your relationship, it is what it is. Except I can just critique like it's volatile. It's fucking it is like just watching the daily mental illness struggle, and it's such a shame that like mental illness is just portrayed as like an insult. People are cunts, but she is undeniably pretty fucking BPD. I really like her though, but hmm, I just like I just like feel like the stream might. I'm not saying it will, and I'm not saying I've like noticed anything yet. But things might just like gradually start falling off, and his energy and attention might just gradually get pulled away, and his stress levels might slowly just start rising and rising. And yeah, it all might just come crashing down, and maybe it's because I'm an incel, or maybe it's because you know trying to find like the love of your life and making it work with someone who isn't that. It just better be worth the sacrifice, and is the juice really worth the squeeze? I don't even know what to say here, so I'm just throwing in. I'm just gonna throw out some random statements. Anyway, I'm gonna play some more Pilatro. Maybe we'll play some Binding of Isaac or play something else. Who knows? I'm having a good time though. Time to lock back in, and I'm interested to see where this vampire or Frankenstein game with Juma goes. Although he is just fucking fighting people. It's like he hasn't even done any puzzles yet. He's just like kind of walked around this like mansion and beaten up.
I got a sleeping potion
a
and I
couple
have
of decades.
these pellets. I feel like the horse.
He looks great in his vampire suit though. I've never watched him before. It's cool getting used to him.
Unless I missed something here. Dude, you're a 50-year-old twink. You really are a vampire. Ban that person for 10,000 years. Can vampires even see themselves in OBS? It's not really a mirror. Wait, can a vampire get recorded? If you take a picture of a vampire, is he on the picture? Ugh. You just made me fuck up my cape. You fucked my cape up. I don't know where to take this. I feel like no, I don't want to be here. Who do I give the sleeping potion to? Because I can't go to the right. I don't just give it to one of these people, right? Anybody know what to do? I'm not quite ready to move on from this one because I think it's great. Go to stable and use pellets at the door. Alert, thank you. Yeah, we allow back seating here. As long as I get to drive the car, I don't give a shit. Where is the stable? Right here, right? Yeah, all right. Somebody said use it right when you're at the front door. I need to tempt that horse away. Oh, come on, dude. He just tried to kick me. I got some dry hay. Okay, that's it, right? Now what do I do with hay? I don't know, but that CD quality audio is really getting to me. Go put it behind the horse.
In a good way,
okay,
right?
The horse is...
Right? The music is sick.
If I get kicked in the fucking face, then I'm making
BPD
sure
is probably awesome when people aren't having breakdowns.
I don't think he's
creative, open-minded, fun.
Nope. I mean, hay.
Able to like calibrate through crazy situations and just realize like this is like totally fine.
Any CD quality enjoyers know what to do with the hay?
I'm not saying I wouldn't date it.
Go to town screen and head south from the archway.
There was one point I was talking to Dung Devil and I could hear him processing what I was saying in his brain because it was on stream. I think I had like 40 or 50 viewers, which would have all been like justical viewers as well. And I'm sitting there having like I'm doing a bit where I'm just talking about how like I would never want to be friends with Cherry because I'm so already parasocially attached to her by like years and years and years of watching her stream, but I'm like basically like hinting like quite towards the fact that I'm like really into her and like obsessed with her and yada, and like the bit never like developed into like anything, but like in my head it's like the funniest fucking bit for me to eventually have a conversation with Justical where I'm like, me and your girlfriend, we have a connection that like it's deep. We have like a deep connection. Just like imagine like meeting your girlfriend's stalker and like they're not like dangerous or scary, but like they just look you dead in the eye and they're just like, me and her have a special connection. Okay. But like at the time it just came across like like I swear, like even though like Dung Devil, like great friend of mine at the time, he must have just been like, God, like this guy, like Crispy is just such a fucking weirdo. Like he's awfully parasocial for someone who's so normal. It's something that he once told me. I'm sure lately he's probably changed up on it and was like, no, people are just fucked. Parasocial people are just fucked. It's true. But yeah, I love that bit. That bit made I really enjoyed doing it. I just don't know, especially in front of like a big audience. People definitely take it like a lot more seriously than what it's probably seemed like in my. I mean, I don't really care. Like, I know I'm doing a bit. I probably should have maybe let him or other people in on it. I just don't let other people in on my jokes. To be fair, I should start doing like stand-up comedy or podcasts or something to like find other people to then like put out a Patreon and like grow. Right, Come Down made me want to be a millionaire. Come Down made me want to be someone who can do a 40-minute podcast every week and then make millions. That's the dream. That's the dream now, dudes. Get dragged along to a 40-minute fucking podcast. Is that the problem? Would you guys all pay way more money if I didn't do this every day for 6 hours? If I did this for an hour every day a week, would you guys all be like, fuck, start giving this guy $1,000 a week each? Probably the method, right? The other method I was thinking of was to get like move my camera down to my ass and just start working out and just making it really, really, really gay. And okay, hold up. It's because Stardust, Stardust, Stardust is hanging out with like a porn star lately. It's fucking hilarious. What's the GFC? I don't know what that is. What's this girl's name? Gabby Dodo? Gobby Wasabi? Yeah, click Gobby Wasabi. Look at this girl. Look, wait, just wait for these thumbnails to load up. Loading. You have to subscribe, bro. Wait, hold the fuck up. The gooning throwaway is literally the name of the account. I told you not to talk about it. You lost all your viewers. You could have been subtle and waited till you ended. Lol. I got no idea what this means. But the thumbnail for this. Whoa! What the fuck? You guys see that? The thumbnail for this. Dude, I saw another girl on Twitter the other day, and okay, I'm not gonna beat around the bush. It wasn't on Twitter that I saw this. It was on her OnlyFans. Actually, it was on a site called Kuma Party where you get free where dudes go buy OnlyFans and then they just upload all of that shit up to a free website. So I'm on there, and this girl has like a post where she's just like, I'm like feeling suicidal and like blah 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 lately, and then like the next day it's like and then she's like, but like here's some sexy photos of me. So it's just her like complaining on her OnlyFans about how fucked her mental health is. And then I looked at it, and it's just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of like softcore lewds. And I know that this girl is just making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month off this OnlyFans. Doesn't work, just does barely anything. Like and like in the product that she's meant to be marketing and selling, it's just like this like fucking crazy shit, which honestly made it all the more appealing for me that I could be her, dude. And within my own product, I complain about myself. I just complain about my life like every stream. If I just got my dick out, if I got a 4K camera and just had my ass out with like my balls, I could just have my balls like dangling out a little bit out the back there. It could be what's pill reveal. Unfortunate pill reveal. We saw the last 4 digits of them. Last 4 digits of what? Did I just like leak my fucking bank account? Whatever. There's no fucking money in it for you to steal anyway. Personally identifying information. Oh yeah. Some shit came up on there earlier, right? It's fine, dude. It's fine. There's fucking nothing to know. Oh, was it the last few digits of my cell phone number? No cap. I think that SIM card doesn't work, which means I can't fucking sign into Twitch. And I was trying to check my Kick payout today, and I couldn't sign into that either because it was like Send a number to your fucking phone number.
The old games are fucked.
If it was the last 4 digits, it would have been like my phone number. Yeah, look up Kuma Party. Really fucking useful. A global financial, yeah. I have like a sizable gay community, by the way, because I'm always streaming shirtless. Yeah, Kuma Party is excellent. It's shameful, and I don't want that to be like my reputation. I don't even want people to know I like look at like porn or anything like that. However, every time I come on Twitter and like there's always these girls, I'm always like, how big is this girl? How like is she gonna have like? And the thing is with Kuma Party, it shows you how many other people favorited it. So it's like there are like 40,000 men who have favorited. It is they have favorited her account on a website that shows it to you for free. So that's a real good reflection of how many men are actually paying for it. You know, I would love to see which numbers are bigger though. Part of me thinks that it's still pretty likely that the official OnlyFans accounts probably still maybe get more subs than the random like free things. This is kind of sick though. To be honest, there are like a few girls like this who I watch, but I don't really go into them. I just genuinely like, I'm a feminist. I don't really give a fuck about it that much. A lot of it is super off-putting. These girls don't come across like a good life partner or even really someone I want to sleep with. But just as people, if I like them and this is like what they're doing, like that's like totally fine. So there's two that I watch, and one of them is like a body modder. She does body modding, so she has these like fucking crazy massive titties. But after watching her for like a little bit,
just, you know, clean sweep all those trials before.
Hold on, let me see if I can find it in my search history. So I got to close that shit out. Yeah, this is gonna come back to haunt me. This is the kind of shit, like, I have a joke about me living in a halfway house. Don Vader was, like, screaming at me earlier. Like, oh, yeah, because, like, you know, Rhea. My ex-girlfriend, Rhea. My ex-girlfriend, Just Sex Rhea, go her ass, it was. She was, she's obviously, like, been talking shit, like, even to this day, and I don't know exactly what I said that got Don so pissed off, but he was just like aggressively, you know, lying and saying whatever he could to make me upset. He was like, "You lied about her rape," and or you made fun of her rape, which, I mean, at this point, yeah. Here we go. I found the girl. But like, yeah, Don was he. Bro, she's got a friend. She's got a friend with also huge titties. What the fuck? What the fuck? So there's her and this guy, and they sort of hang out, and they were just like playing Little Nightmares and like other games that I legitimately was like wanting to watch. And like I said, like I like small communities with like active things, plus sitting in her chat and just like watching how much aggressive because she wants to get partnered and they want to do like real shit, and Twitch is like actually very strict on it. She still has to abide by a lot of rules. So she's got to keep all of the weird shit out of her chat. And undeniably, like if she hits the front page, or even if she starts getting recommended on the sidebar and it bumps up the amount of interaction, which inevitably it does, she does like pretty okay for herself. And I mean, she was like openly talking about having like crazy agoraphobia, not going outside, her fucked mental health, which it was honestly like, it kind of just like wearing your heart on your sleeve. like I had to respect it. So like the personality was like obviously fucked and mentally ill, but like in that sense, it makes for like a interesting person who's like a bit more open for loving and kind of cool, rather than like cutie Cinderella who's just like constantly doing a bit, you know, or being like a mean girl, or like or like, dude, this woman on the fucking right is like absolutely fucking botched. Dude, I hate speaking this way, but I'm like going into shock.
Yeah, it's in your inventory. You can
You have to
spawn
hit
it.
select and
It
then.
could, equally, look, I'm steel manning the Charlotte man. And to be honest, I don't watch this girl a lot. I was bringing up the whole thing with Don and like other people before, that people are gonna like make fun of me about this later. Like, what the fuck? What the? Yeah, you're a freak. You're a freak, Gurner Crispy. Well, no, the whole point here is that I'm not going to them, but this shit is like fucking entertaining as fuck to watch. Imagine going to this. Ah, man, I don't want to.
This button.
Go in and be like, you know, you'd be happier if you lost some weight, right?
Okay.
What I was going to say is the girl on the left here, her physique and all of that is like, this chick on the right is like totally fucked, right? These tits are like 4 or 5, like these tits are like 4 times bigger than these ones. And these are huge. Normally this is the one I watch where people will come in and be like, what the fuck, in chat, like all the time. People are those real? Are those real? And it's like, bro, like, to be quite frank though, like, there are like hundreds and hundreds of VTubers who just have this physique. But it's animated. And you don't go asking, is that real? Like, obviously that's not real. Obviously those proportions are fucked. To be fair for her though, yeah, I don't know how she manages to pull it off. She has this like kind of like musculature. Because when she gets up and like walks around and shit, she doesn't look like, a lot of people look like they've never worked out and they're just like saggy fucking retards. It's probably just genetics and maybe she's like gonna age out of it or whatever. Because equally, I don't think that someone with this kind of mental health has probably committed to like gymming like real hard. But then again, on the other hand, like the tattoos are like kind of nice. It's not like she got like a shitty tattoo artist to give you like cheap tattoos. The room is obviously filled with, I fucking asked her, like on the right here, I was like, is that an actual like arcade machine? And they were like, yeah, actually it is. So I'm like, what the fuck? This is like a $4,000 arcade machine on the side here. So like, I honestly don't know how people live in America, no social support, like barely fucking any, whatever like going on, poor mental health. These people don't seem to have any like real talent, and they just have like all of this really nice shit. Plus, they just seem weirdos, like a group of weirdos hanging out. But then they love each other and they're probably fucking every night and having a good time. Like Jesus Christ. Not that, not that I would, and not that I again, not that I'm looking at this woman in that way, like I want to fuck her. I don't even like the tattoos that much. I can respect them in the way that I might respect like Berserk. Or well, no, I respect Berserk in a lot of ways. I would just never want to be in that TV show. I would never want to be with her or like, you know, have those kind of tattoos or something. But this woman on the right, you know, like you can see like the floppy like fucking, she's just falling apart even without all the additional shit.
Bonuses, and I got it literally never.
Mario's a sick game.
I think I got it like twice the whole game.
Sheesh. It'll lean in. Is that like a tattoo like coming down on the chest as well?
Yeah, I know. I don't like them.
I wonder how many times her boobies have like busted. Because there's no way you can just get surgery like this.
You did Oogie Boogie one year?
Like, undoubtedly, this shit would have... It's like, you know when you see bodybuilders and they'll be posing and then like the oil will start pouring out because they've injected too much oil into like this muscle or that muscle. Undeniably, like this level of insane surgery is just going to have complications. Probably multiple times, and you're probably just going to have to getting used to handling and dealing with that.
The one time at the end was automatic, really? I wasn't. Oh my god, that's hilarious.
I failed that puzzle. I'm just looking at chat. Everyone's being totally chill. It's different when I'm in chat live because like I have the 7TV app so I can see everything that people delete. Don't give me that short. Don't give me that. Sure thing, Chris. You know, you guys make fun of me like quite a lot, and you know, I tank it. You know, I tank it as the bald fucking wash up streamer. But not this time. Not this time, chat. I'm not a fucking gooner, alright? I'm a romantic. None of this means anything to me. None of you. You guys are just a paycheck to me. Okay? If I'm talking to a woman on the internet, sincerely, wait, I don't even know where I'm going with this. I'm either like into it or I'm not. It's like that with a lot of things. I thought that I'd be like a really good political commentator, but I realize I have this disconnect where I just do not give a fuck about a lot of the stuff so much that it like legitimately means I'm like I think Justical really does care about a lot of the stuff that he's into. Actually, I think he cares about the money, and that makes it a lot easier for him to cover like slop content. Yeah, there's so much slop that I just am so not interested in. Like Tactical Templar, I just hear his like fucking gay lisp and his like his effeminate like cadence, and I'm like, yeah, get this loser the fuck on out of here. This tryhard freak. Oh shit, look at Dunk, bro. Look at Dunk go. Oh, here's another spoiler. Oi, two legs if you're listening. Dunk and Spinboy are like close friends from back when Dunk used to do Speed Gamers. I asked them both about it, but equally, I haven't like ever like brought it up in stream because I think it's sort of weird. Like when I talked to Dunk about it, I was like, just to be clear, like I don't actually know Spinboy in real life, and like I think all of the it's actually like it goes hand in hand with what I was just saying. Like it's not like I don't care about Spinboy or whatever. Because I was gonna say it's like I just think it's weird. I just think a lot of like the parasocial bullshit is weird. Like I think the way that Rhea treated me is like really, really fucking weird. And equally, I thought that she was like more sincere, like I was, you know. And this was like part of the massive disconnect. It's like, oh man, I can't believe you're just like fucking around like this because you think it's like real enough to have some sort of gratifying. Dude, what is this wand that he built? It is like obliterating entire. He's like obliterating entire like segments of the area. Yeah, anyway. There's like this crossover of like not seriousness where just to want to fuck with people on the internet is like, well, on some level you're like might be thinking like, oh well, like nothing's real, like it's okay just to fuck with people, but then it's like, well no, though even that looks like pathetic to me because for you it's like real enough to want to actually fuck with people. Me, like I don't forget what is real, like you know, so like I eventually I want to treat people like real people. But then equally I'm not going to get like over attached to that where I like really consider them like fully satisfying relationships or this or that or yada yada yada, unless, you know, in very rare occasions you do, at which point you let them know, and it's all the more serious because of that, you know. Earth Eater wand? Well, I mean, it's black holes. Oh, wait, he just showed. I just remembered as well, if you go to, I'm not signed in, like I said earlier that like my phone is fucked, so I can't actually type in chat, but if you go into Dunk's chat and you type !wands, it'll give you a link that will send you to his Only Wands. Which actually, if I go to the Only Wands website, it might just, yeah, look at that. It's just right there. It knows that I want to watch, because Dunkle Slam is the only Noita streamer. Funny thing, Dunk actually has this similar point of view. I swear that, like, the weird furry people in his community and the weebs, I know we meme around it all, but like I'm sure he actually just like hates that shit. He just thinks like the fucking freaks, you know. I'm sure he sort of resents that a massive part of the Noita community is just like freaks, dude. I didn't know that you're Wait, maybe Sliffy, are you like someone who watched me play Noita? Because I like back when I was coding, I would just like play Noita and code for like 6 months of this year. I just clicked because if you're like Earth Eater one, I'm like, oh, this is like actually that's like a Noita enjoyer, dude. Me probably not. Oh yeah, yeah. Me and Two Legs, fucking every day I would like code for like 4 hours, and then coding is like very intensive. I'd be like exhausted, like ugh. And then I'm like, all right, guys, like I gotta get off. I gotta like have a nap or go for a walk. And every day, Two Legs would be like, oh, maybe just one round of Noita, mate, just a quick one. Yeah, and I'd always be like, oh, all right, all right. um. So yeah, Noita definitely went pretty hard. And I was saying yesterday, I really should like get back into it. It's a great game, really fun. I never quite managed to pull off like all the god runs that I really wanted to. I haven't even got enough wins. I've only got like 5 wins, but I've killed all the bosses. What? No, I haven't killed all of the bosses. I haven't killed the Tanakivi or the stone boss. Sorry, Tanakivi is the fire dude, right? No, Tanakivi is the boss. And there's the happy friend boss. Oh no, wait, Tanakivi is the stone. That my finish is terrible. And then on top of that, I was like, I can just play. Dude, why is Dunks? Sorry, I got the only ones thing meant to be loading up and it just won't load. I'm annoying. Someone go into his chat and type only ones or exclamation mark ones for me. It doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. But what's it called? The Calamity mod? It's like the big overhaul for Noita. Really changes it up. Makes it very cool. Noita is very cool. It's so deep. Like, it's honestly like one of the deeper games out there. Makes it very fun. And it is just like very cool how much Dunk manages to have a good time like playing it so much every day. But like he'll just like sort of like plan out a session, and a big part of that is just like hanging out with the community, and then that means just like talking about what session of Noita you want to play becomes like a big part of the fun. So yeah, it's really cool. I kind of wish I kind of just thinking about going offline and going and hanging out with Dunk at the moment. I mean, it's not like you guys are paying me to be here. Not that I'm asking, not that
We
I'm
all
asking.
know that.
I'm just saying I should do something so that like 50 or 60 people come in here and represent me as like a fucking huge shadow. But then again, I don't know. We would lose. We would lose. Well, I don't know. We probably wouldn't lose all this like cool little hanging out. You guys would all be able to come in and hang out and be cool and hit me up for those MVP roles. And honestly, say I was like huge, like Asmongold or some shit, I legitimately would just make sure I just hang out in Discord and have like small Discord hangout sessions all the time. Kind of like I guess Justical has like a great idea with his I mean he monetizes it, but like his Patreon streams. Wait, does Tyska pay? Because he was laughing on stream about there being like a 3-hour Tyska Patreon stream. Just hopping and cool, didn't he? Did he? I imagine so. Asmon used to be like very different. Very cool. But like, I mean, I can't hate on him for just like winning. I can't hate on him for being like an anti-human like scum with his fucking racist, fascist like bullshit. I don't know if I'm an extremist or some shit. I guess I am. Because, like, people will be like, oh, like, when you're, like, calling for the death of your political opponents, then you're going too far. But I'm like, well, no. Tolerating, like, immoral, like, scumbag fascists is not democracy. So, like, Get Asmongold the fuck on out of here. And like, what are we losing? Like a pencil-necked, rat-infested loser? If Asmongold looked like Arnold Schwarzenegger, then I'd be way more inclined to listen to him. And we'd be in fucking trouble, because a guy like that would probably take over the world. He monopolized the ability to push a message through his stream. Kind of. That happened, but like, it was just because the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial. He just blew up. He just blew up as like a weird freak. And the entire world was like, what the hell? And then he just moved on from Amber Heard Johnny Depp to being like, oh, like, here's a take on Trump. And then like, that was just like, whoa, oh, based, this guy's based. And now, like, he's just like, oh, that really worked. Somehow he is just always like very funny. And I just wonder how like someone who had no exposure to like regular human interaction did that. And I'm overestimating like your average NPC's ability to like analyze what they're looking at, which is fine. Like even I'm not as perceptive as I wish I was. Amber Heard Johnny Depp was the worst thing to happen to Asmongold. It definitely seems like a tipping point in his life, like where he was like dating that Pinky Sparkles girl, and like he was like, oh, I don't, like he didn't want to be so famous anymore. Hold on, I gotta blow my nose. But it's ironic. It's crazy. Like way before he became whatever he is now, the biggest political commentator on the fucking planet. He was already like, I don't really want to be like this super famous Warcraft dude anymore. You know? Do you legitimately mean that though, Mr. Syfy? What's the take? I say, God, I wish I had a 4'9" Asian girlfriend to come crawl up my nose and eat all the boogers out of it for me. Fuck. Sorry, I thought I was still muted. I was just saying I need to get my shit together, get a job and a house and, go hiking with a cool person and fall in love and stuff. I think it broke who he was and turned him into the goblin everyone assumed he was. Really? No, I feel like he was just always the goblin, right? I want to say like maybe there was a way out and this and that, but then like, because like I remember like seeing him have like decent talks with his dad and this and that, but then I just remember like he lives in his parents' house and like they raised him and like they were just as fucking cooked as he was. So like I disagree, he played it up for sure. I guess like yeah, the stinky rat thing definitely seemed to be sort of played up, and I guess like the Justical was pissed off about it on stream the other day. The leaning into it, like you're meant to have like a little bit of shame for like how fucked up you are, right? But Asmon is like, he's like, yeah, not only is like me wiping my blood on the walls and like shitting in like a Coke cup and then leaving it in the corner of my room, like disgusting, it's also like the better way to live, like not showering and like all of that. Sure, like I get it that like it's a shameful thing to do, but I'm actually going to tell you that like it's the preferable way to live, So maybe that is like a little bit more hyped up. Maybe like in the past he used to be like wanting to be normal. You can definitely see where you're coming from. Like he definitely seems. There's like yeah. I mean, like I guess I just explained it. the weird like overconfidence and the leaning into this without any like attempt to be like, is it all worth it? Now it's just like, yeah, more, which is like the thing that you're saying more to is like it's like more of like, I need more eyes on me, I need more people judging me and looking at me and listening to what I say, and then that makes me more real and more valid and blah blah blah, which is less self-discovery, more audience capture, more embracing what you think other people see you as, which is like never going to actually be as real as like the authentic like feeling of your own feelings, right? The way you see yourself. Some Hindu shit there going on. Sheesh. We've been yapping for a while. Yeah, you're probably right. I always wonder about like him and like Pinky Sparkles, like is that what her name was? Like the girlfriend? Um on like what's like real and fake and like honestly, I mean, yeah, Pink Sparkles, yeah. I guess I could say it myself, like I mean she seems like a fake as fuck person as well. And I was like, why does he want to date like a fake person, be in a fake relationship? And then that's meant to be like your primary person, so it's like your deepest connection is like this like weird fake person, you know? It might be like a fallacy or like not a good way for me to look at the world, but like but it is like I often just look at like who people want to hang out with. Kind of like probably why I had the take earlier where I was like, I don't know if it was like ever like super real. But I think I generally agree with you. I think it just took me a second to like think about how I felt about it and understand and where you're coming from. I was playing with guys from Gold since like the mob days, I think. Oh, really, really? Oh, okay. To be honest, the more you like say these things and then like you reassure me that you have like this authority of like actually knowing, the more I'm like, I can see it. I'm like, oh yeah. People like Asmongold and like Action Man and stuff, I just always like kept in my peripheral. Because like Action Man just used to sit in this like little dark room and he would just play like NBA sometimes, but like a lot of times the NBA wouldn't even be on the stream. It'd be on his PlayStation and the camera would just be on him and it'd be him talking about. And he, as a, Action Man was just always terrible. Like he had nothing to talk about. He never ever had any like good conversation. He would just talk about how he used to do heroin, and he would just talk about heroin every night, almost as if talking about heroin was as good as doing it. That was like his new addiction, and I think that that level of being ugly, and he'd put on a super deep voice, and he would just talk about being on heroin. And just I think like with Aiden Ross as well, it's like you appear like a retard and it makes a large number of idiots who are easy to take money from feel quite comfortable hanging out with you. And those dudes will easily like Action Man just would like easily pull like 50, 60 viewers. And then after a while I don't really know what happened, but like eventually it's just like turns like it's just like now it's like 500 and then you know a few years later now it's like 5,000 and it's like what the fuck. I don't know if it's like they were just like constantly pumping out YouTube shorts or or if it's all just like a scam. Like part of me wonders if it's all just a hack, like if these people are just on a little treadmill of like buy more bots, get more sponsorship, buy more, and then use that money to buy more bots, and then use that money to get more sponsorship, And that seems like a pyramid scheme. Like, obviously, I feel like that's going to collapse eventually, which is probably it probably does with a lot of those dudes. Yeah, like a big fucking pyramid scheme. Should probably watch an Aiden Ross stream at some point. Yeah, me too, I guess. I don't know. I just genuinely, Justical said the other day that he's probably smarter than he looks. But I genuinely don't think he is. I think he's I think that like the reward feedback loop doesn't require any brains. It's just like training a rat in a maze. And that, yeah, like people like Aiden Ross and that can just inherently like do it. And I mean, there's like a certain kind of like social aspect that I don't think I have. But then again, I think maybe I do have like this like social awareness. But I think a lot of people, neurotypical people, train themselves to like not feel the repercussions of their mistakes really easily, and it allows them to just keep on grinding and grinding and going hard and being an absolute loser, and then the next day just like getting up and keeping on going to chase that good vibe. Whereas I'm definitely the kind of person to be like, okay, like was that worth it? Like, yeah. I genuinely have no idea why Adam Ross is popular, like wildly popular. Started making fuckloads of money. And again, part of me wonders like if any of that is real. Like, you know, like I was saying, like, because these are totally the kind of people to get a dozen viewers, that it blows up their ego, it goes to their head. They're probably spoiled because a lot of people out there are spoiled. Not a majority, like a small percentage, but there's a lot of selfish people, and a small percentage of those people, like Ed Ross, kind of spoiled. So, you know, he's got a couple of $1,000 every year that his parents give him, and all of that money just goes into like buying bots and hacking and cheating and exploiting like the situations, and then that just creates like a feedback loop. No idea why so many kids. Well, that's the funny part, is that like it's just like a whole new, you know, like most money is spent on like children's toys, and children don't have money, so like that's weird. But yeah, get hearts and minds. You get them while they're young. Yeah, Aiden seems boring. Aiden is boring. But I guess it's like partly it's a live feed, so you're always like, what's going to happen next? I don't know what's going to happen next. And I mean, we get this like so much, like whenever we, like with my stream or with Justical stream, like we're sort of just like browsing the internet and like looking for whatever's happening together. With streams like that, they're not looking for what's happening in the world. They are just like, I'm happening. Look at me. Look at me. And everyone who's watching is like, oh my god, it's a live feed. Anything could happen. Anything could happen next. But nothing ever happens. But it could. You know, so that's like the, even if people aren't aware of it, that is like literally what they are like going through, as just like a little like robot. And it probably maps onto like gambling as well. Like the big win could happen next. Anything could happen next. And my friend like Dolphin, like her brain is like completely hardwired like that as well. Like she loves Action Man. She loves those communities. And she's also like really tapped in to also that thing that I like critique them of, where it's like they seem relatable because they're just like these like kind of dickheads who are like succeeding, and it's like, well, like I'm kind of like a dickhead who's succeeding, which is, it's like sad to have that kind of like low self-confidence and not be like, hey, like sure, Action Man is succeeding, but like is he developing like a cool hobby? Like maybe I would rather watch something that's like me and Two Legs like spent quite a while today just watching like a guy who was buying electronic products off eBay or whatever, and then like breaking them down because he was like, you know, like man, like I can buy all these electronics from China off eBay and none of them pass like regulations, so like it's super crazy that this stuff gets let into the country and to be cheaply purchased by anyone when really it like will blow up and kill you. right? And like that's like a cool hobby. That's like a fun video to watch, and like that gives me like some sort of like real feedback loop. But then again, I'm someone who pretty consistently throughout my life has realized like hard work provides like a level of satisfaction that I don't get from like short-term pursuit of like endorphins. And that is something that you have to learn. And even once you've learned it, it doesn't just come naturally. You have to like keep on remembering and acting that way. Yeah. Well, Action Man's a heroin addict. But undeniably, yeah, like he pretends like I'm an ex-drug addict, blah 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 blah. These people are all still drug addicts. Darius, fucking Action Man, Aiden Ross, they're all still fucking doing a whole bunch of drugs on stream. Like, don't fucking play it off like you're not. Retards, bro. Oh yeah, Rice Gum. Rice Gum, I think, that Rice Gum was like before commentary and stuff. I had like a young friend who quite liked Leaf Ears here, and he showed me a few Leaf Ears here ones. And I think I just had my brain injury and was like just out of like law school. So I was like pretty fucking, I didn't pass law school either. I was like super frustrated at my life. So I just started doing like Leafy rants. But yeah, Rice Gum was around the same time as Leafy. I remember I think H3's had so many ups and downs over the years. That guy definitely knows how to stay relevant though. Fucking hell. um, yeah, H3 and Rice Gum had like a beef. But Rice Gum was like a precursor to Aiden Ross, like a bit of a dickhead. But then they're too like full of themselves. Aiden's like he might play up being dumb a little bit to the point where it's like he knows enough to not be so arrogant appearing, but he also seems dumb enough to be overconfident. So it's like it's a pretty interesting character that he plays. But I just think a lot of it is like actually legitimate. I think Aiden was like lucky enough to have like a really great loving family that makes him not end up like a bit cringe, like Heel Mike and Action Man both seem like the kinds of guys who are like fatherless, which is like rough. You know, it sucks for them, but like there's like this like level of narcissism in them. Aiden Ross just has like that softer. Aiden Ross is just like unaware. It's not like narcissism. It's just like being spoiled. Like he just doesn't really realize. But he probably definitely had like a guy to show him the way. But then, and I mean, I just say that because like there's like this thing that always stuck with me that Aiden Ross's family spoke out like when he blew up. They were like, we're like really worried about him blowing up because he's not the sharpest tool in the shed. But yeah, I don't mean Aiden ended up like he's doing okay after a few years. You know, he like does okay. It's the same with XQC. Like when XQC blew up, it was like everyone was just like worried, like, dude, this guy's just gonna like die of anorexia. But you know, after 10 years of him not dying of anorexia, you're like, well, I guess he's fine. Right. I mean, does Aiden like do really dumb shit? I don't know. Yeah, unironically, I don't know if Aiden makes his audience dumber or if it's like me aging and then seeing younger people. Or, I mean, it's just a mix. I've just seen a lot of like absolute retards who will unashamedly be like, I'm from Aiden Ross's community. So there's definitely like a comfort within that community when you're a dumbass and you know it, that you like also look at that kind of dumbass bullshit. I had a theory that I was cooking on here because of the Binding of Isaac and like maybe, you know, like I was saying about like Action Man and that like not having the self-confidence. And it's kind of sad that like people end up looking at themselves that way. But that's where furries come from, because instead of looking at themselves like a fucking dumbass or or a like a demon or like a bad person, which you should look at yourself that way so then you can deal with it and become a better person. So this is why furries are often like, you know, sexual pervert freaks, is because they don't want to look at themselves as like having done anything wrong, and they prefer to look at themselves like a fucking dog or a cat or like whatever. Because that is cool, that is comfy. Like it's like there's like animals who know who they are, and everyone loves them, and you love them, and you know. And I mean, as a human, most animals that you see are like small pets, realistically. So, yeah. Insufficient enough audience size, your audience begins to shape you as an organism. 100%. Way more than you would think. What was I talking about before? Was it like an alien? Oh, it was about fear and hunger. So it gets me thinking about like the ego and the super ego, and then like within your head, I think there are like multiple voices, right, of your parents, of different versions of yourself, of like you know, you might have like a version of you in your head that you like to victimize so that you can then feel like self-defeated, or you might have a version of your head where you're like, no, I can do this, I can like push through this, I'm the guy who has a high pain tolerance, I'm the one who has a, you know, a lot of people are like, I have like a photographic memory, you know, and it's like, do you really? Or like, is there just a version of you in your head like that, blah 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 blah. You got all these voices in your head. In the same way, like, I think you have all of these outside cultural influences coming at you, and then those like grow and grow and grow as you get older. You got teachers, you got parents, you got peers and classmates, and then you've got the fucking Facebook, and then I turned 25, and then I realized that there's Instagram, and then I look back at my 13-year-old nephews, and they're already posting fucking dick pics. And it's like, yeah, your culture is like uh so overwhelmingly powerful on you, giving you anxiety and pressure, or maybe, you know, maybe it's the opposite of anxiety. Maybe it's like when you have all of this Instagram and all of this culture and all of these like you know, like dudes doing steroids and girls dressing up like goth girls and blah blah blah, and then you're a little girl who wants to like you know, wear fucking thighs and dress up like an anime thought and do a higo face, and you're like 14 years old. Maybe you have the opposite of anxiety. Maybe you do that and it feels real fucking good in a way that I can't understand because I didn't grow up with that kind of internet social pressure. I grew up with, well, I'm in the perfect age group, right? Where I had the Facebook and I had this and that. But the thing that like applied pressure to me was seeing like my next door neighbor getting like, Facebook had a thing where it would just show you how many people viewed your post, which Twitter does it now too, but it's like different for Twitter. On Facebook, it would just be like if the girl next door got like 400, 500, and that would make her like the coolest person in the school. And I knew that like 400 people from my school were like looking at that. My school maybe had like 2,000 people at it. So like, you know, it's like, damn, it's like a big fractile percentage. And that was like hitting me hard. Like, oh my God, why can't I be like her? But it's like, well, that's like the coolest person. It's like, oh, I went to Harvard and I became like a millionaire, but like I had this roommate who like just made me feel like shit, and I'm so much better. And it's like, oh well, that was Elon Musk, who's now like the richest man in the world. You know, it's like that kind of mindset. Comparison is like the thief of joy, right? And that used to fuck with me real hard as a kid. Just going on Facebook, and my next door neighbor was literally like the coolest person at school, and we were like good friends when we were like 12, 13. But then she started talking to me about like, she started being like very frank about how popular me and her were, and being like, yeah, they aren't like us and they don't know. And I remember just looking at her like, what do you mean like they aren't like us? Like, you know, I know that's like a fucking quote now about pedophiles or whatever, but like, it's unironically like what she said to me when we were kids. And I was just like, I guess I've always been like this ADHD kid. When we became a teenager, and that definitely started kicking a lot more though. Like people fucking started noticing that I was like quite different. It became, but like I don't think I became like less popular. I just never got like closer to people. But like I never consider myself to be different in a way that makes me like better than or looking down on like other people. and she definitely fucking did, and like Cutie Cinderella and like a whole bunch of other fucking people did, and like Aiden Ross or like, you know, like all of these people who have this like neurotypical ability to fucking like I said, like have like uncomfortable social situations, but then just like blame it on someone else, move on, keep grinding. It is the way it is, it's for the best or whatever. Not have to take a step back, not like reassess themselves. But in doing so, just like steamrolling and then like not understanding other people who do want to have to do that. In fact, they'll look at other people like that and be like, well, like you having to take a step back is like you're failing. Like you fucking deserve it. You deserve me like steamrolling you. So that it teaches you a lesson to like get good, get better. And it's like, bro, you're fucking scum. That's what I think when I look at them. I think they're fucking scum. We should get rid of a lot of them. We should give the Asmongold take. We should kill those people. I would eat their corpse. But then again, I just don't think that like my sense of morality is the way that we should do things. I'm built different. I'm a little bit crazy. Asmongold is so fucking crazy. The way he leans into that shit is actually wild. He did make me remember Cypher, yeah, like how he did used to be different. Because I'm not a World of Warcraft player, but like there was like that whole emotional trip with Asmon where it's like, yeah, like I'm saying, like I like Asmon and Action Man, but Action Man is just like dumb. Like Action Man is just still like a fucked up retard drug addict. Asmon just never was. It was like actual mental illness, actually a weird family, still really funny. One of the best World of Warcraft players out there, so like I can't say that that's not like hard work, attention to detail, and a level of like groundedness, which is like you don't just rage at the game when it doesn't go your way. You actually like assess, like, how do I get better at this? You know, because he's become. Well, I don't exactly know how World of Warcraft works, and I don't want to say he's like the best in the world or like whatever, but I think like Asmongold, he like knows how to like run a team, or like he knows most about like the compositions or maybe like the progression through the game or something. You know, there's a lot of stuff. Undeniably, he knows like a lot of those things. I just know that there's like a certain like main part of the meta or the micro or the macros that he's like he knew how to run a raid, right? Yeah, pretty fucking good. He knew how to run a raid, right? Yeah, like I know that there's like certain things within World of Warcraft where he's just like clearly like a top 10 kind of OG, which like I mean that's how like it really attributes to like the stream, right? People just like know like I'm gonna tune in, and I'm not just gonna tune in for his personality, like, which you know eventually became like part of it, a big part of it, but like you could tune in just for the gameplay and know that you were gonna get some like top tier shit that you wouldn't get elsewhere. I like that from Just Cool's like Nick Winter's stream the other day. Like undeniably, no one there aren't many people in the world who's gonna give me as peak like insight on Fuentes as Just Cool. He's genuinely interested, smart dude who's inspired by this thing. And I think Just Cool's in like a really good point in his life where like he's having that inspiration hitting him like pretty consistently. Like he's not too jaded and washed. He's like fresh smart. Yeah, he knows so much about Nick. There's heaps of shit like Justicle's ethno guesser, bro. Justicle's ethno guesser shit is insane. How good he is at that. I love it, bro. Watching Justicle play ethno guesser is awesome. Asmongold is probably one of the guys with the optimal WoW player in terms of experience. That's so crazy, bro. I just always think of the World of Warcraft South Park episode. And even I need to catch up on some of my South Park episodes because there's so many good memes in there that have lasted like decades in my brain of like how fucking funny that is and how peak like cultural references South Park is. Hassan Piker, everyone looking at Hassan, even fucking JD Vance, like bringing up Hassan shocking his dog. At this point, it's a little bit soy. How many people are like, oh my god, JD Vance brought it up? But like, it just reminds me so much of the South Park Britney Spears episode where they're like, why won't you leave Britney alone? And they're like, we need to, we're like, oh, the kids don't know that this is part of like a human sacrifice ritual. Especially after the way I definitely feel like a lot of my experiences with like random people on the internet have been, you know, they're trying to like make me out to be a lolcow and like yada yada yada, and it's like, oh man, I just feel like, oh shit, I just feel like a human sacrifice for you. Like, you don't really want an answer, you don't really want to see me, and that's what Hassan is like, and that's what Britney Spears was like back in the day. And South Park has that episode where she tries to blow her head off with a shotgun, but she fucking survives. And then she has to walk around with the fucking boys, and it's just her bottom jaw and her tongue hanging out. And they get her a makeover, and they like try to like get her back into life, and we just want to make her feel better. And everyone else in town is like, they're all like, we have to make her kill herself as part of a human sacrifice. But I mean, I'm feeling that so much more than anything. People, so many people in the world, just want to watch someone else like kill themselves. Just want to watch someone else like tear themselves apart. I feel like it's there's like this like fundamental Buddhist thing about watching like a body rot to become like aware that like that is that's you, like you're gonna go through that same thing. I feel like there's like this Freudian parallel flip, or maybe like a Lacanian like dialectic, or maybe it's like a fucking Foucault. Maybe it's like some fucking Foucault power trip where like people want to break another person's psyche just so that they can be like, I'm not like that. At least that's not me. And that probably is like the reason I think it's like Freudian is because it comes to like a fear of death. The Harvest Festival, yeah, bro. yeah, that is it. Yeah, it is fucking scary, dude. Northern Lion has been given multiple rants where he's just like, I'm terrified of like the mob justice of like being like a crowd of people, and someone's like, hey, that guy fucking didn't wipe his feet before he came in. What the fuck? And then like the whole mob turned, and you're like, whoa, hold on, guys. I did. I like my feet were clean before, and now he's lying to us. Get him! We gotta kill this guy. And people, they just start fucking punching you in the head, trying to kill you. And that's legitimately like terrifying. Social anxiety, mob justice. That's how I felt like fucking. It's a lot easier when like Rhea is like coming at me, and it's like weird simps. But when it's just like random girls in the server who don't even like her or agree with her or like whatever, and then they'll just be like kind of like. Psst. It's not just that it's like, I'm like, oh, it's like, I just annoyed, like, so much of that is that they're like, even though this is just like another, like, Rhea is acting totally irrational, evil, like, spiteful, hateful, these other women, I'm sure, look at her and being like, well, like, I wouldn't want to take that away from myself. Like, men have all these advantages in life, so, like, if she just gets upset about something, she should really be able to do whatever she wants to attack. Like, that is, it's not fair for me to say that. But it's also not fair for them to just, you know, be so fucking judgmental and forgiving of her and then judgmental of me. Like, it's fucking crazy. But on top of it, it just feels like there is like this, like, it's just like that. There's like this human sacrifice thing that I swear that like fucking women have it built in. I'm an incel. No, I'm not an incel. What I need to do is move out and find like an independent woman. And by independent, I mean like someone off the grid. I need to find a woman who like lives out in the field and hasn't been exposed to too many other women. Someone who hasn't been corrupted by social justice, bro. People don't take it back. The feelings. What's behind them is gone. Yeah. One of the funniest things with me and my drama, Sabersexual said to me the other day, he's like, there's like a pattern of behavior that you engage in. And it was like, bro, the pattern is a lie. the pattern of behavior that I like rampantly chase women or like whatever isn't real. But like Taken is like saying it over and over, and then you call me a schizo when I like say it doesn't happen. But like it doesn't happen. You're the pattern that you are like in, you know. So it's really weird, like just the repeating of like, and again, this is like the South Park thing where like they all they want to make her kill herself by like repeating this behavior, and it comes down to the point where they all walk forward and they make her kill herself, or they just, she doesn't even kill herself at the end of the episode, which is like pretty symbolically powerful. She just dies because they walk up one by one and they take photos, and each time they take a photo, like it like takes a bit of her soul and she like dies. It's how I feel, but it's just like lies. People will be like, "Oh, but Chris does creative writing, so like it's okay for me to lie," and it's like, what do you mean? Like you're just like, okay, so you're just like chipping off a little bit of your own soul. But I mean, that's super how I feel about Taken. And then watching people, Binary Ice and Sabersexual are both like two people who have just been like righteously wrong, and like they think they're correct, but like they are just like playing into, and ZZ did it too. Except with ZZ, he was a lot of it I think is they're like defending her emotions, like they can just tell she's upset, but it's like, I've been saying to her for like quite a while, like it's okay for you to be upset, but don't try to just like pretend that it means that I've actually done something wrong and that you should actually ban me or like act some sort of justice out on me for a crime that I haven't done. like we can fight and argue, but then don't go like use that as an excuse to like use your mod powers against me. Like what the fuck? You can say all the mean things you want, but then when I start getting like special treatment like for it, like that's fucked up. But then that like manifests itself into this, like, you know, there is no logic behind it, but then like it, you know, they start to like do that thing. It is what it is. I mean, it's bizarre. Like I guess like it is what it is, but it is also bizarre. Like it's it ties all the way back to, you know, when I was like 13 or 14 and I was like popular, and there was like that weird social pressure. You know, there's the way we are in our head, like I want to see myself as this hero, and then I have this other part of my head that like victimizes itself, and then I have maybe like the more objective side that I, or at least what I think is the more objective side of the way I really am. And then there's all the social pressure, and then there's the girl next door getting all the views, but then the girl next door starts showing to me that the way she legitimately looks at it is that like, oh, like I'm aware that we are like better. And I'm like, oh, you're like actively cutting yourself off from like other people in order to, you know, keep pushing forward and keep succeeding. But then, you know, it is what it is. In the way that these other people have I mean, like Taken's like this great example of like a liar, so her voice in her head has like chipped away at itself, and then her social aspect has become super parasocial and become more popular to now be like the head admin, and then to like steamroll someone who, like me, I'm like way more happy to like take a step back. And then that's like my problem, is that like taking a step back and engaging with what's going on around me, I'm then like vulnerable to people who just will never do that. They just want to troll and do the constantly. So it's fucking crazy. I need to have my Asmongold moment or my Joker moment. I guess Asmon had like a Joker moment, right? The Johnny Hurd Amber Depp. Dude, is that the real thing? A Joker moment isn't. We all have our Joker moments. Life is really tough. But then one day, you just see a way out, and it's just exorbitant attention, money, endless success driving you up and up and up. Because, like, with Elon and with Asmon, it must legitimately feel like no one has ever been as famous as me before. Like, I'm actually tapping into something that no one's ever had. You know? Unironically. I think that's like, this could be like a Fear and Hunger thing. There's the old gods and the new gods, and the new gods think they're like reaching heights that like no human ever gets, but realize like they're actually falling into like a game where they are entering like a new rule set where they are now just like stuck eternally like as subservient to these old gods. And the mythology there, and or the story there in Fear and Hunger, is that one of the characters is like a necromancer, and what you need to do is not fall into the trap of becoming the new god, or not fall into the trap of selling out to become like Asmongold or Elon or someone who is like, or Taken, like, right? Where you think you're like, you know, and what do all of those people do? Like, Taken's attacking you for like some moral bullshit. Asmon, again, is just doing like moral political thing by like attacking other people, blah, 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 blah. What you really need to be doing is like taking a step back and being like, there are certain like rules and limits and restrictions of this world, which I put upon myself through like morality, but also through like a level of ignorance, which I don't know what other people think, and I don't know how much they believe in me or they don't, or how much they're even listening to me or not. And it doesn't matter, because I'm here on my like self journey to like learn and explore and just stay human in my human life, not become a new god or an old god. That's the Fear and Hunger theme. That you should just stay human. It's pretty fucking sick. It's kind of the theme of Berserk as well, a little bit. Although Berserk has causality, where Griffith becomes Femto, who's like basically a super god who has more understanding of cause and events than anything that has ever happened ever. But then Guts is human, but then he starts tapping into this like demon thing. And the gods in Berserk, I think it's flipped. The gods are God, right? There's no like real Christian God, there's no goodness. In fact, it seems like things get worse and worse and worse. But they're still called like gods. And what do they call the apostles? The apostles are like demons, but they're not really called demons. The only actual demon is Guts when he wears his armor. So it's kind of flipped. The demon is Guts. The devil, Satan. And I think the idea is that Femto, or the gods, they understand like cause and events or causality, but like they just don't understand Guts, which sort of makes him the only like real human. Like, or the only like free will. He's got free will in a way where people don't really know what he'll do. No one's ever had it, but plenty of people have had that experience nobody has ever had. I think you understand what I'm saying. Where like the real Joker moment is that moment of feeling like you're having a unique experience, feeling like you've become someone. But like what that reminds me of is like people who smoke weed and then they will say something super obvious, or they'll do a little bit of LSD or mushrooms and they'll be like, oh my god, everyone has like their own unique thoughts. That's crazy. That's profound. And it's like, oh, I'm watching you like a childlike realization because your consciousness finally got opened up by like drugs, but you're really just having like a base level human thought or experience. You're literally just feeling empathy for the first time. Or maybe like not for the first time, but like you shut yourself off from empathy, or you operate in your daily life without empathy, and you've done that for like such a long time that now that you've finally done it, you feel like you need to tell other people about it. You fucking dickhead. Yeah, you fucking Mongo. What a rant. Is this going on YouTube? Edit this down and be like crispy lettuce ranting. I gotta start growing the channel, the community. So maybe we do. The funny thing is I'm just like shitting on Taken again. Like, you're schizo person. I don't give a fuck, dude. Those people just openly liars. Don't want to engage. Like I said, it's all like some gay human sacrifice shit. And it all goes back to being parasocial as well. It all goes back to pretending like caring too much, or pretending like they care too much, pretending like they have like a moral sort of standing. Whereas I like my way better of like, because I will touch base with all of these people pretty often and be like, hey, like, you know, sometimes I like be harsher than you think I should, but like, it's because I care, but also because I know that like you don't have to take this so seriously. And those people are the opposite. They will all fucking try to play nice and like yada yada, and that's great, like to have fun and like whatever. But like when you're like too tied into it all and too emotionally caught up, just in like nothing and bullshit, then like that's fucked. And I know that I get emotionally caught up in like some things, but like I'll let you know about it, and I'm like pretty open with it. And then for you to like still fuck with me on that shit, it's like crazy. It kind of makes them crazy. Just admit you care, and then I'll fucking stop. But no one ever does. I don't know. That's why I maybe feel like I have like a weird social read on it, because so often I'll be like very blunt. I'll be like, hey, all you need to do is do this thing, and then out of spite, people will like suffer to like. It's not even like something that punishes me. I'll be like, out of spite, they won't take like a helping hand. I'm fucking crazy. Which, you know, isn't my problem. That's their problem. I think Taken's like mental illness is like her problem. She's definitely making it my problem, but like as a result, it will just endlessly like come back on her. Same with Rhea. I think Rhea like definitely fucked up her entire internet life. People can type in crisp lettuce and it comes up with nothing. People can type in just Rhea and it comes up with fucking her and this whole drama. So, I mean, her discoverability is like fucked. I think the order of development of certain skills and concepts in childhood is probably highly important to the NPC factor. True. Super important. Dude, what was that thing right at the beginning of this rant? We were talking about, I think it was about like Action Man and stuff. Sorry, the parallel that I'm trying to draw here is like that is like true even if people aren't like aware of it. Like in like people just super unaware of like because I mean it's not like a super pleasant thought to be like, oh, Action Man is like a loser who's doing okay and I'm a loser who wishes they were doing okay. So like I like that. But like that's what being comfy is, you know? I finally did it. Action Man coming in. And I had, yeah, did you guys see Justical covering that guy Speakeasy? I should give a little bit of a rundown, but one day me and Carrie and Carrier, my two trans friends, they, the two of them were debating a guy called Speakeasy, and Justical was covering Speakeasy on his stream recently, because Speakeasy was debating, I don't know, something. But Speakeasy used to talk real black, like kind of Jamaican or some shit. And then eventually, like, his chat would just be like, hey, like, you just need to be a bit more normal. And then he just starts speaking like white again. So yeah, he used to be like thuggish, like real hard. So real crazy how hard he code switched. I don't know if I'd even call it code switching. I mean, a lot of the implications are only so funny because of the way Americans like the Americans like look at themselves very much like they think everything's like racial and you should apologize for this and like you can't say my nigga or like whatever. And it's like I guess it is kind of cringe. I mean, it is cringe that he's like legitimately trying to like speak in some other way. Like, even when no one's around, he acts to himself blacker than he is. Anyway, I'm shitting on Speakeasy too much, but that's because he's kind of like a weird little freak. I went on and we ended up debating about like he just wanted to say that, you know, no abortion is always wrong, and just weird, you know, like crucible right wing shit, and I just like shit on those guys because they don't really have like good arguments, and he ended up like saying to me like, I think it was him who proposed it, but the precipice was that like if heroin was like if heroin couldn't kill you and had like no downsides, would you make it legal or illegal? And I was like, yeah, well, like obviously I would just like do heroin all the time. And he's like, yeah, you would, you fucking freak, just to, like take a moral grandstand. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm getting a free drug that is like an experience that can't hurt me and like just makes my life better. And you just want to take that away from people, and you're like comparing this to an abortion. Like, I guess like the claim is like abortion has no life. There's no life in like as long as like the baby isn't like 9 weeks or more. Um, Even then, like personally, I have I mean I'm a hunter and like we all eat meat, right? And then it's like, well, like those animals have like definitely more life in them than like a 2-month-old fetus. So like, fuck, like where is the line really? There's like a line on humanity that like people, I think it's like kind of like fucked and interesting. And again, like my morality probably isn't something to like have society live by. But like I see people who are fully grown adults who seem to lack humanity, right? But then on the other hand, like people view things as like cannibalism, as like, well, no, I couldn't eat another human because that would like take away my humanity. And I was like, well, dude, like if I'm like in fucking a horrible situation and I need to like eat my own leg, or if I need to eat another human body, it's I'm in space, I'm on Mars and my crew is dead and all I have is their bodies, like, does it make me less human for like eating them? Why? Um, what I'm trying to say here is like, yeah, like when I see people like the fucking big talk I just had about like the Discord like bullshit where these people won't like admit that they care a whole lot about things that don't matter, and in doing so will treat other people like inhuman simultaneously while like treating objective bullshit like a concept or a philosophy that will personally hurt them and their feelings, but watching another human suffer is totally fine to them, and it's like that is like lacking humanity. Like you're actually kind of fucked. Like you pretend that like you care about that thing because it bothers humans, but like that's not the way you act. So that's like not morality, that's like self-interest. And that is like lacking humanity, right? Because like humanity is empathy. Empathy is like the thing. Actually, I guess I actually just have like reevaluated this for myself. Because like when I'm eating that other human's body and I'm thinking this will be me one day, like I will decay, I will be ruined, and like do I want someone eating my body? I mean, personally I don't give a fuck, but like I can kind of see how like that might chip away at your humanity to like take away and eat the body. The real harsh thing is like killing someone, taking away those experiences, because experiences are all we have. Even hurting someone and giving them a bad experience is irrelevant in the face of taking away all of their future experiences. That is something that might be like quite haunting. It feels like there's a Pavlovian approximation of empathy that starts to take root. Yeah, it probably is sort of Pavlovian, right? Because like you are just constantly conditioned to be like, cannibalism bad. There could totally be is prescriptive the thing I'm looking for. Basically like a visceral attachment to it. Like when you do it, and you have to feel it and live in an existence where it happened, it could be way different. It could when it washes over you, that could hit like way harder than it seems. On the same note, like I am empathizing very hard with like the taking of someone else's life. Being killed, honestly, not like really a problem. Being murdered, I think I would probably resist pretty hard. But like if I'm just dead I'm not experiencing my death, and I'm not experiencing anything, so it doesn't really matter. But killing someone else, I'm having like a very empathetic like attachment to what that might be like. Because then I'm like, you know that you took that away from someone. But then again, on the other hand, like a lot of times I think like I've killed a lot of animals with my bare hands. Like it's funny with like the emerge rabbit thing. Like I, as a teenager, used to go hunting a lot, so I've killed like hundreds of rabbits with knives, guns, and my bare hands. Actually, I never used a knife. I would just pick it up and just like break its neck or like just smash its head like over a rock. Or I can start describing a bunch of different ways to kill animals. Dude, someone in fucking some chat was like, they were talking about. I made a joke like, like rabbits are like pretty. Oh, it was in Dunkle Slam's chat last night. It was like someone was like, yeah, like I was like, to be honest, Dunk, like I don't know, Mizkif just admitted that like he let like 11 rabbits die on his porch, which makes him look fucking weird. And like, yeah, rabbits are like really fragile, and I've killed heaps of them in my life, so I don't really care. And I'm like, just kidding, just kidding. And then other chatters just started saying like, actually just fucked up shit. So and like, but like, it wasn't like funny. Like mine comes with like a preamble and then like a twist at the end, So I think I actually write funny fucking comments. But like some other dude was just like, hey guys, like, yeah, like rabbits are soft. A really easy way to kill them is to like place a stick over their neck and then put one foot on the stick and then grab their back feet and just yank it. It's the easiest way to kill them. And I was like, as someone who I have like just stomped on a rabbit's head, I'll be like in my truck and like I'll like shoot a rabbit, and instead of climbing out of the truck, I'll just like look out the window, park the wheel on its head, and then just turn the wheel a few times so that the tire just like crushes its skull into the ground, right? Or like just like I said before, like you just grab it by the back legs, and then because they have big long legs and they're actually quite long, so you get like a few feet of like a whip. You just whip its head over the fucking rock. And like you do that shit as quick as, honestly, there's like a certain kind of like haste that I have towards hunting because I don't want to see these animals suffer. If the animal starts fucking screaming, that's gonna fucking ruin my day. A lot of times they'll be like kind of like surprised and they'll get like an adrenaline dump and they'll be like escape, and then like they're just dead before they realize what's happened. And that's how I imagine my own death as well. Like I don't really experience it. It's just like whatever happens and then it's gone. Yeah, but yeah, that dude writing that shit was like fucking psychopathic. And it's probably most likely someone who's never done anything like that. But yeah, I was just like, what do you mean that's the easiest way to kill something? What, like hold its head down with a stick and then yank its back legs? What do you even think like anatomy is? Why would that like cause like some sort of anatomy or this or that? Like, you're a fucking weird freak. That's just uncomfortable to read. You fucking... Yeah, or like maybe he's like saying like put the stick long ways so it's like stabbing into the back of the head. Which again, like, no. It's a fucking stick, bro. It's not gonna go through bone and meat. I used to have a mate who, I mean, throwing fish at trees to kill them is pretty efficient and pretty funny. But, that's why having the internet and smartphones is good. I'm just going to steal that Cumtown bit. Honestly, I think that, like, when we have robot girlfriends who we can fuck, it'll probably be better for everyone. I remember before I had a smartphone, me and my friend, we used to just throw knives at the wall. What else would we fucking do? Let's go.
The deed will be ending his life and blessing us with food.
Okay, so the wild rabbits that I would hunt would be smaller than this. Obviously, they're more like wiry. And they're like grey. So she's actually just got like a big fucking meaty rabbit right here, which is pretty weird. Honestly, having these pet rabbits pretty fucking weird. I used to have pet pigs as a kid, and I've also raised pigs on farms, just not like for commerce. Like it was just like 3 or 4 pigs that the farmer was like, "Hey, I'll just like pay you to raise these," and then, or he was like, "If you like raise them, I'll give you some of the meat at the end."
This guy.
Where was I going with the story? That shit made me feel kind of uncomfortable. Like I definitely, like I wanted to, even though I knew those pigs were going to be eaten, I wanted to like build them a pen outside so they could have like a life. Because like I still had to look after them for like 8 months. Like every day for like 8 months I'd have to go like raise these pigs. And eventually they're like big and fat. I mean, they weren't really that small even to begin with, so I wonder how old they were. Yeah, as a kid I had this pig called Socks. I'm assuming my parents made me eat it, but I have no memory of like what really happened there. I guess pigs grow up pretty fast. I have to do some research on it.
Is super chilled out right now. He hasn't experienced any anxiety. Yeah. Aside.
This is actually super true. She's holding this rabbit wrong. What you want to do is have their spine towards you, so that their big, powerful feet, because they have big claws, if it kicks out, it kicks away from you. She's fully just like holding it like a good boy.
Wrong way.
Dude, I love the way their noses are like. Rabbits are super cute. I actually have a cool picture of me and rabbit.
So this guy is super chilled out right now. He hasn't experienced any anxiety. Yeah. Aside from when I was holding him the wrong way, but he's almost asleep. He's so calm. Now
Still
this
holding it the wrong
process
way.
I'm going to do
Probably
really
more comfy
fast.
for it,
I'm probably not going to say anything, just because I want it to be as fast and painless for him as possible.
Oh shit.
Exactly how fast.
Okay, how funny would it be if she just grabbed it by the back legs and was just like, "Gatosh, gatosh," just started slamming its head over a boulder? Because I mean, that's what I'm talking about doing. Or like shooting it and then parking the truck on its head. Oh, dude, I cannot tell you how much my friends my friends came like hunting with me once, you know, and like they had no clue that I was about to do that. They're like, "Oh, that shit, we see a rabbit, like shoot it and kill it." They don't even think, they just think you shoot it and it dies. Like, you know, they don't really think about going for the follow-up or anything. And then yeah, then they see it and it's like, it's like on the ground, like, oh, and then like I just like quickly like jog forward and grab it, get this. I turn around and 2 of my best mates are just in there like, "What the fuck?" And I'm like, "Oh." That's really weird that you just saw it. Like, I guess I'll let you guys, now that you've seen me do it, you guys can do the next one. And I think they did. I think they both went ahead and took the lives. How's she gonna do it though? I assume she has a gun, or this is full video how I process the rabbits, feeding my dogs.
And it's
It has exactly.
the deed will be ending his life and blessing us with food. So this guy is super. We are about to cross.
Can I get it? I legitimately kind of want to see how she does it.
Right now for our dog
I'm assuming it's the stick that she uses to kill it, right?
and our cats, because we feed raw. That really isn't necessary to us, and the blood is actually nutritionally beneficial for them. So the first thing I do is I grab my stick and I put it in place, and then I grab my rabbit, because we're gonna
Wait, is this actually going to be the stick method that the guy described in the video?
kill
Because when he said stick, I'm like, why would you
the
use like a
rabbit
wooden
away
stick?
from the rest of the rabbits.
Look how cool this is. Okay, yeah, see, this is the method, right? She's doing this all good. Yeah, because they'll fuck you up with their big feet.
Got him! Got him! Got him! We got the big one!
They want to be held.
Oh shit, yeah, she is just like deadlifting it to death, bro.
I want it to be as
Okay, so this is legitimately what the guy said in chat.
fast
So
and
this
painless
is
for him as possible. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to place him on the ground, and I'm going to put this bar right over his neck and then pull from his back legs. And we'll see exactly how
okay,
how
type it,
fast
yeah.
that timing goes.
Writing this shit down in chat was fucking crazy. Yeah, get wrecked,
And
little
it's
rabbit.
done.
I've done this. Her way is way better though.
There's going to be some spastic movements. Those are just his reflexes, but he is completely disconnected. His brain is
Yeah, yeah.
disconnected from his
So this
body,
is just
so
something
it's
you
not
end up
doing
getting more
anything.
comfortable with.
These are just the reflexes.
The kid just like playing around with it.
Try to sleep on.
But it will spasm like this for like half an hour. Like by the time you have fully like skinned and gutted it, the little slabs of meat that you are like putting into your backpack will still be spasming. Yeah, a completely disconnected piece of meat.
God bless this
You
round.
just gut them through their asshole. Jesus Christ. Yeah, the psychopathic part is saying this in a random chat. Yeah, exactly, dude. Well, because the way I think about it, yeah, like I'm saying, I'm like, is this guy just talking about like getting random rabbits and just pushing like sticks through the back of their head or something? Like, because like, like, no, you're actually a fucking psycho.
A bit. God bless.
I mean, even this is like hard to watch. Like I said, like you get a lot more comfortable with it, but like, there were definitely like points in my life where I was like, fuck, I don't want violence or anything to be like, you know, part of my life ever again, and yada yada yada.
Do is get my dog.
She's so base though. This is exactly the kind of woman that I was talking about. I need to find a woman who isn't exposed to other women. It's probably one of the funniest things I've said in a while. But yeah, thanks for the video. I might give that a follow because like I don't know, stuff like this is just maybe like gonna make me feel better about like, hey, like the kind of life I might end up wanting to live. Kind of takes you out of all the bullshit, you know. Aliens inside of you.
You've got.
Hey, remember that movie Dreamcatcher where you're like taking a big old shit? I'm Stephen King posting right now. But it's all just a dream.
No play.
Did the bullies in this movie try to make the Down syndrome kid eat a dog shit?
Oh,
Whoa.
Mr. Gay.
Crazy. This is actually like a pretty hilarious, like bad but good movie. This came out way before The Mist, but it definitely has like those vibes. Dun, dun, dun.
We do. We have some work to do now.
I can't tell what the fuck he's saying. Let's not spoil it though. This movie was, oh, I love Dream Heavily Influential. Yeah, I mean it's good. Me too, probably. I guess. I probably don't remember it as much, but I know that I used to think about this movie all the time as a kid.
Jonesy. Find the damn tape!
Dude, there's so much blood. I forget who these actors are. I actually really like this guy. He's in all the Jay and Silent Bobs and all that, right? Not gonna lie, I kind of just wanted to see him shooting, but yeah, me when I have tapeworms. It's biting my dick. It's biting my dick. Kind of crazy that came out his ass. Jesus. So fucking brutal. Oh, nice. Alright, how do we dial this back from yapping?
Serve me no more. Serve me
We don't.
no more. 'Cause I'm holy and sacred and righteous and true. I don't need that unless I'm using it. You know what I mean? Hi, what's up, Kadeem?
I'm learning how to be a creator right now.
He is checking out what's going on. It's very cute, but very annoying. He's getting in the way.
Look at this tiny little tail.
Nimmy.
Human ass. What the fuck? Had enough.
That's a great
It's another sketch
Let's
we
write
won't
it.
actually do.
Nah.
You guys want to listen to some Comtown? Why has this actually got their faces? Is this going to be AI or?
No.
Me and Adam shot something, but I didn't shave my face beforehand. I look like shit. And
Yeah, you really do have a body image kind of things.
but you know what it is? It's not.
Image
It's not like a.
consciousness.
It's
Yeah,
not a self-consciousness
self-consciousness.
about my appearance so much as it is like facial tics and stuff, and I'm not knowing what to do with my face.
Well, I just do gay stuff with my body, and it always bothers me.
Yeah, I
Let's
don't
see.
mind the gay stuff. I don't. I look at myself and I look like somebody that has like a fucking neurological disorder. Like I can't.
I don't
control
think
my
other people
whatever,
see
dude.
that.
Actually,
you
true.
just gotta get over it, baby.
No, I feel like I'm not conveying the right emotion when I'm.
Well, you don't feel emotions. That's the hardest part about acting for you.
Yeah.
Is that you have to pretend to know what emotions are.
Yeah, but that's the
Sure.
and
Yeah.
convey them.
My wife's dead.
God, I just feel like I'm an asshole all the time.
Stop smiling into the camera. Also, this is a Pepsi.
Well, that's the cool thing in acting now is acting with no emotion. If you saw like that Jake Gyllenhaal movie where he's the video guy for like
Yeah.
car accidents, or
Nightcrawler.
the accountant, you know.
That's how did we miss that, by the way? Because the accountant is an autistic.
I never
Did you
saw
see
it actually.
No.
I thought we could.
Dude, this is the
have
scene.
lunch and-
I brought my own lunch.
No, I can answer any questions that you have.
No,
Questions?
the scene was just
I
set in
watched
this
The
room.
Accountant last night.
Oh,
Good.
Fuck, dude, yeah. This is why I want to watch this movie because
lunch
this autistic interaction made me fucking laugh so
I
hard.
brought my own lunch.
No, I can answer any questions that you have.
I have no questions.
I watched The Accountant last night.
oh, hell
Is it good?
yeah.
It's no, not really.
Someone
It's
told
about
me it
it's
was
about an
alright.
autistic
It's
hitman, right?
exactly
Yeah.
that's exactly what it is. It's all right. There's a whole like a fucking just a whole section of the plot I didn't really. Maybe I didn't follow it enough, but I didn't understand why they're investigating him the whole time, and the investigation is never resolved. There's no real development with the characters investigating him. They don't explain what's going on with that or why they're investigating him, and then it turns out the lead investigator knows who he is, but that's not a conflict for whatever reason. And then he's like blackmailing one of the other agents, and they don't really explain why he's blackmailing the other. You know what's so funny is it's a movie where it's like, hey, autistic people, not only they're not bad people, they can, sometimes be good in the sense that they could be murderers.
Yeah.
But I feel like they designed a movie that if an autistic person watched it, they would be like, what is going on? I don't understand. Like, it doesn't make any fucking
Well,
sense.
there was that part in the middle of the movie where he opens up a clock and just watches the gears turn for a half hour.
Yeah.
So they'd probably like that part.
Yeah,
a lot.
well, the opening shot of the movie is him dumping out a puzzle. which is about as autistic as he gets.
It's very hard for me to interpret why people do what they do.
I mean, because
having autistic protagonists was like big in the last 2 years.
I mean, I don't think Ben Affleck's a bad actor, but it's like unless you,
I do sometimes.
Sometimes, but I don't think it was a particularly good performance comparatively. I don't know who's there. I don't know who's ringing the doorbell.
Someone's phone is ringing.
Yeah, my phone is ringing, but it's not someone who's downstairs.
Okay.
Anyhow,
okay.
my point is that I don't think he does a particularly good job of pretending to be an autistic person. Talk for a
Did
second.
you see Nightcrawler with Jake Gyllenhaal?
I did not.
That's another movie where it's an autistic protagonist, which is
he's
like,
autistic in that?
well,
He's just weird, dude. He's not supposed to be autistic.
I think he's pretty much autistic in that movie. But like that's another one where it's like, oh, they can do anything, like
No,
be
it's just a
bad
fucking
guys, like
psychopath.
create crime so you can get
what
it
would
first
be
on
what would be a good
on
role
camera.
for a positive role for the autistic?
like remembering a lot of numbers.
Rain Man.
Yeah, well,
Rain
in
Man's
the
the
accountant,
best.
in the accountant, he is an accountant or whatever. But then it's also stupid because it's like he's the accountant for all these like mobsters, these international criminals, and all these international criminals are like, this is the best guy in the world. I mean, nobody's a better actuary than him.
You were recommended by Mansour Haqqani. He told my brother, Lamar, that you were nothing short of supernatural.
And it's like, I'm sure that's not true. Like, it's not a complicated. I mean, it is complicated. It's
Get a
hard math.
computer to do it.
It's hard math, but like plenty of people can do. That just requires a smart person.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
You don't need an autistic guy to handle all that.
Yeah, there's definitely in the world, there's definitely at least 10 more accountants.
My problem with it is he's supposed to be autistic, and really he's just kind of quiet and a dick. Because he's doing things like smirking. It's like that's. He would
Gym face?
Yeah. And he talks quietly. He isn't like, actually, that's wrong. Doesn't do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, terrible volume control.
Actually, you're incorrect.
How long have you been CFO of this company, sir?
15 years.
I need the books for the past 15, please.
Well, you're awful goddamn blunt.
And also, this girl's just desperately trying to fuck him the entire movie.
She's probably got that good, dude. That good fucking honking autistic dick.
Does he ride a train at all?
You think there's autistic people who are autistic for pussy? Who just fuck?
Me.
No, you're autistic.
No, you're
for jokes.
autistic for tools and jokes, bits and tools.
Like is the best guy on the world
podcast.
What's that? Autistic
Bits
for
and
jokes.
tools.
Bits and tools.
But do you think there is a guy who just fucks so good because that's his autism?
I don't know.
We should go.
Oh, I just watched The Accountant, and it's so clear that fucking Ben Affleck was like, I want to do Jason Bourne style shit too.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, that looks so fun.
Jason Bourne, but retarded.
Yeah, I'm Jason Bourne, but I can't connect with people. I have a hard time connecting.
Jason Bourne Blue.
When I say the name of your employer, you say yes. Practice.
Do you ever see that movie Pie? That was like me.
I think you're
except
thinking
with
of
calories.
Rain Man.
Yeah.
Bitch.
Definitely time for lunch. Definitely time for lunch.
Let me see your pussy. Right.
Yeah.
That's Rain Man.
Mm-hmm.
He fucks.
Brain Man.
Brain Man.
Please suck my dick. Please suck my dick, please. Please shut up and.
Bro, the jokes just immediately dissolve.
I'm gonna jam this
Some dick
toothpick
jokes
into
out
your
of nowhere.
fucking eyeball.
It's like, pretty normal for
pretty
a
I love
good.
how
sitcom.
As good as
mean
rapist
Tom
Jay Leno.
Cruise is to him in that
Yeah.
movie.
Well, that's the only
Until
way
he
they learn.
realizes that
And
he's
then
not
boom.
completely retarded.
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
like,
He
he's
can
like,
be
I got this dipshit retard brother who I will never be able to love. And then he's like, I have a way to make money. He's like, I guess he has some value after all.
I can exploit him in some way. I
Right.
can profit off of him.
But doesn't he learn his lesson at the end?
No,
No,
he doesn't.
man.
He doesn't.
At least
I haven't
not in
seen
the
Rain
20
Man in
minutes of
years.
I
Rain
don't
Man I've
remember.
seen.
Yeah, I just remember the
I
part where
don't
they're
even think I've seen the whole
where they're
movie.
on.
It's a terrible movie.
Yeah.
I remember they don't go on highways because Rain Man's retardedly scared of them.
That's like, yeah, like people who say, and Dustin Hoffman is a good actor, but that's like a shitty performance. That movie sucks.
Totally. I mean, the performance is so like. Anytime anyone plays a special needs person, it's like,
Yeah.
all right, man, relax.
Well,
You
he's
never
supposed
go
to be
full
autistic,
retard.
and he's not. You know who does do a good job? Ben
Rosie
Affleck is
O'Donnell.
an Asperger's guy in The Accountant.
Yeah, not bad.
Because he was just like, just don't show any emotion. So he just doesn't act.
I don't discuss client business.
I feel
Just
like,
sort of like delivers
he's not
the
going to be bad at
lines,
being
and it's
autistic.
perfect.
Doesn't make any eye contact.
So, like this compared to
He's sort of just a very
Jake
boring,
Gyllenhaal, and
like reserved affect man.
I don't think Jake, like
And it's
Adam
like,
was
yeah,
saying
that's
earlier
it.
that Jake
That's an
Gyllenhaal
Asperger's.
is
Are you
not.
sad that that wasn't around when you were a little kid, so that you could like
Have something to aspire to? Or?
look up to? him?
No, I actually wasn't bad until I became an adult.
Really?
Really?
You
Yeah,
turned
'cause there's more-
autistic. You had adult onset autism.
No, there's just more pressure to conform socially when you're a kid, so you try and pantomime social skills. I know I'm an old man. I don't give a shit.
Right. Now that you-
Really, the truth is I'm just rude.
Yeah,
I'm not autistic. I'm just a bad guy.
I
yeah,
agree.
yeah.
Who
You're
doesn't
not-
care to pretend anymore.
No, there's an element of.
No, I'm normal.
No,
I'm normal.
No, you don't understand things. There are a lot
Yeah,
of
you
things
mi-
you,
you
don't
miss
understand.
No, I
certain
understand
things.
everything.
No, that's not true.
I understand your mom's pussy. How about that?
That's true. No, he does understand that.
My daughter's meeting me for lunch. I think you two just might hit it off.
Nice to see you.
That was sick. That was sick. What are we watching now? Fast and the Furious Moon highlight. Oh, wouldn't you say earlier this is like the funniest shit you've ever seen in your life? I just started making a joke about how I was like the best stream you'd ever seen, and then I forgot to read like the rest of the comment. So I don't even know why you were saying that Moon was like the best stream of your life. Sorry, dude.
Oh my god. No! Easy!
Oh yeah, no.